it's Cristin from the Pre-Pregnancy Plan and QuickHealthTip.com, and today I wanted to give you guys a good snacking option. So I'm going to make some homemade tortilla chips that are baked, and I love to make these because snacking, I really need a crunch. You know that factor that you just have to have, that crunch that's so hard to find in a healthy diet. Fruits and vegetables have it a little bit if you're eating raw fruits and vegetables, but it's just not the same as like a good chip, right? So today we're going to cut up some blue corn tortillas for our tortilla chips. And I like the blue corn ones just because I think they're a little bit different and fun, but also they do have a little bit more of those anthocyanins that are the red pigments in blueberries and pomegranates that are the powerful antioxidants. It's not totally significant in these compared to white corn, but a little bit is always good, right? I'll take it. So I'm going to cut up my blue corn tortilla chips into little triangular pieces, and I'm cutting it kind of like I would cut a pizza, so into halves, and then again into quarters, and then nice and small pieces for our chips. So these corn tortillas are organic, which I find really important when you're buying corn, because corn is one of the crops that's almost always going to be genetically modified unless you're purchasing organic. So it's really important to me to buy organic when it comes to corn. I'm just putting my corn tortillas that are all cut up into these nice little chip shapes, triangles, into the bowl. And the other great thing about these corn tortillas, which I found at Whole Foods, is that the only ingredient was organic blue corn, which is great because I don't want any extra additives. And that's the problem I have with a lot of packaged bagged chips, is usually they're made with canola oil, which I don't find to be one of the healthier oils. It's very highly processed and can also be GMO most of the time. And then there's just a lot of additives in most of the commercial chips that you find in the grocery store. It's really hard to find a baked chip that does not have a lot of additives in it. So I'm just using olive oil. And I'm just going to drizzle a little bit in the bowl along with my tortillas. And then I'm using some salt. And as you know, if you've seen my other videos, I always use a colored salt. This one's a pink salt. Just because this is a full mineral profile salt rather than the white salt, which is processed and has less minerals in it. So I'm just going to sprinkle generously my little grinder some salt into the bowl and give it a toss with my hands. I've preheated my oven to 400 degrees. Already. Just toss them up, and then I'm going to line my foil-lined baking sheet in an even layer with these chips. So it's really important not to stack them on top of each other. It's better to just use two pans or do them in batches because they won't come out crispy if you layer them on top of each other. And that's something that I've learned from experience. So it's better to learn from my mistakes than to learn from your own. So we're just putting these in a nice even layer, and I've got a really big baking sheet here, so I think I might even be able to fit all of mine. They're not all exactly the same size, and some of them broke a little bit, but you know what? It's rustic, and it's nice because they're homemade. You're going to love these chips. They're super crispy, and they're really good with hummus. It's a great snack. So I know when I come home from work, I need something right away because I walk into the house and I'm really hungry and I don't want to have to heat something up or cook something. So I usually go for a bag of chips if it's around, which lately it has been because my boyfriend really likes to buy chips and bring them home. So if they're around, I will grab the bag of chips and eat them, which I know is not the greatest thing for me. So I decided, let's make my own chips. I can control the ingredients. They're baked. I know that they're good for me, or at least not terrible for me. This is not a super health food, but you know, it's a good snack and it's not so bad at all. So I didn't fit all of them. I have a couple left, which I can do in a second batch, but I'm just going to put these into my preheated 400-degree oven, let them bake up for about 10 minutes. Isn't that nice? And 10 minutes is all it takes, and they're going to be crispy and they'll get a little bit brown, and the crunch is awesome. You're going to love it. So my baked blue corn tortilla chips just came out of the oven, and they came out sizzling a little bit, and they're crispy and brown on the edges, and I put just a few into this bowl because I'm going to have to try them. So let's see how much of that crunch I get. I mean, you can hear that, come on. They're really, really good. A little bit salty, and the olive oil gives a really nice flavor. And I actually really like the blue corn. I think it does taste a little bit different than the white corn. So I love these. These are going to be a great snack for me to have all week long when I come home from work. And the other thing, which I forgot to tell you guys before, these are awesome as a party snack. So if you have people over and you make your own tortilla chips and serve them up with some dips like some guacamole or hummus or fresh salsa, your guests are going to be so impressed with you for the fact that you made your own corn tortilla chips, and they're all going to ask you for the recipe. So you're totally going to be like a star hostess if you do that. So I hope you make these and really enjoy them. And they're just a great alternative to those store-bought chips. And so easy, right? I mean, 10 minutes, blue corn tortillas, olive oil, salt. That's all you need. And it's great to know that you're putting healthy food into your body. Otherwise you're putting in processed chemicals, which are not so great for you. So enjoy your tortilla chips, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Have a great day.